we're going to start our recording. Yay! So we are back from seminar. It is July 22nd. We just watched the video, Look What God Gave Her by Thomas Rhett. So stinking cute. I have to make sure that when I show those videos or do those songs and all, that I don't put it in the recording because YouTube kicks me off. Because I don't know, there's this thing called copyrights or something. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, so I just want to say, look what God gave you. Look what your blessings are. And just today in my devotional, I read, what is the difference between thankfulness and gratitude? And in the devotion, the woman asked her daughter, she said, what's the difference between thankfulness and gratitude? And she goes, thankfulness is what you're glad you have, and gratitude is telling people that you're thankful for what they've given you and what they've done. So I think that's important that we show gratitude, not just thankfulness, but we actually show gratitude and we tell people why we are thankful for them. So I'm thankful for each one of you. I'm thankful for y'all being on live. So you've already earned your 5 MK bucks. If you're watching this recording, you have till noon tomorrow to post your takeaway to get your 5 MK bucks. And very excited about that. So I want to start with telling y'all a little bit about the Mary Kay Visa. If you have a Mary Kay Chase Visa, I would recommend that you go on to mkrewardsvisa.com and apply for the new one. It's First Bank card, okay? First Bank card. Chase has discontinued their affiliation with Mary Kay Chase Visa. So it's not Mary Kay Chase Visa anymore. It's First Bank, and they said you're going to get faster approval. It's the same thing, no annual fee, 3 times points on Mary Kay purchases. So last year I did court sales, 42,000. So I got triple points on all of those orders. Pretty good, huh? And so I would highly recommend that you guys check it out. And if you've never had the Mary Kay Visa before, I would recommend you do that, because the statement that you get at the end of the fiscal year is really great because it breaks everything down for you. Okay, everything's broken down for you, all your purchases, everything, your Mary Kay stuff. So it's really great to have. You don't ever want to run a balance on it though, because it's like 23% interest. But I pay off my credit cards every month, and y'all should too. But I did just want to tell you guys that it's a really good card. I did talk to them at seminar, and they said, yep, Chase broke off their affiliation with us, and so they're with First Bank now. So, but she said it's a much better program, and it's more rewards. So y'all check that out. Okay, so it's mkrewardsvisa.com, and as I applied for mine, and as soon as I get it, I'm closing my Chase Visa account and just going with this one, and it's interest free for the first year. Okay, so if you wanted to get your store in July, go ahead and get your store, or even do, your 600 July, August, what comes after August, September, you wanted to do that and be able to get your jewelry and all, you can do that too. Okay, want to let you guys know, very excited, we have a save the date on Facebook, October 25th to 27th. This was just going to be a little local, tiny little, just friends and family retreat, and it is kind of exploding. So I'm excited that you guys are excited. I would definitely be looking on Southwest, right? Southwest, American is a hub here. There's another one too, but I don't remember what it is, but start looking at flights, and you want to come in on the 25th in time for bull falling. It's called bull riding, but I call it bull falling because they only stay on for like 4 seconds. And that's how we're going to start everything. And then we're going to go all day Saturday. And then Sunday, we're going to have a huge brunch. And my pastors at my church are a husband-wife team. And the wife has said that she's going to come and speak. And she's written 2 books. So once we get the registration down and everything, I'm going to go check out the hotel on Thursday. It's 1.1 miles from my front door. So it's right up the street, and make sure that that's where we want to stay. Then we'll come up with the price and everything. Christine, in all of her wisdom, asked me last week, what is there going to be a fee? So yes, we're trying to keep it at $100. The highest it's going to be is 150, and that's going to include your room and all your food. Okay, so that's pretty good for 2 nights. The rooms are 2 bedroom, 2 bath. Don't y'all love that? Yeah. So it's going to be really fun. And for people who stay locally, then we're just going to come up with a food package for them. So that'll be good. So y'all know I don't ever make any money on any of this. If anything, I'm kind of losing a little bit. So we will try to keep it as low cost as possible. I really want to encourage you guys to be working on your Power Start Plus, because everyone who does a Power Start Plus, which is 30 faces and 6 marketing shares in a 30-day period, any 30-day period, you can start today and go until August 22nd, okay? But in any 30-day period from July 1st up to August 25th, okay, you can be doing faces that morning and 6 marketing shares, then you will have a special treat on Saturday. We're working on, I'm talking right now to 3 different guest speakers, and they would all be great to be able to sit at their feet. And Andrea, I don't know if y'all looked on Facebook, but she found these adorable earrings that you'll get for doing the Power Start Plus. You'll be wearing those all weekend as a special treat. And so we're just working on a lot of really fun things for Power Start Plus, including, we're working on this, a massage. Because if you've done a Power Start Plus, you should get to sit at the feet of our guest speaker. You should get the earrings, and I think somebody should rub your back. Do you agree? Absolutely. Okay. So, and that's everybody. I don't care if you're in my unit or not. Y'all know I don't even know who's in my unit, so I don't care about any of that. Okay. So we did that. Peek into Pink is still there. You guys, be using this. This is your opportunity to grow your team and share this amazing career opportunity within your sphere of influence. Just tell people you're building your organization. There's no pressure to buy or sell anything. Watch the video, answer the 3 questions, and what you're going to offer them, because we're not doing any more shopping sprees, is you're just going to offer them any lip product, or whatever you want to say, but I just say a lip product at half price. That way you don't lose anything, okay? And then you have to get together with them for the pick out their lipstick. Your director does have to follow up though, okay? If you guys aren't having your director follow up, and I know you might say, well, I can actually do marketing better than my director. It is having that other voice call and say, hey, Kathy, this is Joanna Shipe. I'm Christine's director and Mary Kay, and I just want to thank you for watching my crazy video and answering those 3 questions. You know, did you have any other questions you wanted me to answer? Anything that maybe Christine didn't get to cover with you? Did you have any concerns? Have you been dreaming pink? You know, I talk to her and I say, well, listen, I'm gonna let you go. If you want to carry on this conversation, why don't we schedule a time that's convenient for you? Because y'all, I get on and off the phone very quickly. Okay, Andrea teases me. She says when I call her, Joanna answers and goes, what? And I kind of do that. So I won't keep them on the phone. I won't embarrass you too much. And so I really want you guys to use that video, utilize it. That is what we call mass marketing. That is planting seeds, mass marketing. And then when you do your one-on-one, which we're going to go over tonight, then that is when you seal the deal and you add them to your team and you change their life forever and you become their hero. Right now, all new consultants coming into the company, all new consultants, their first 3 team members can get the starter kit for $75. It's called Bring Your Besties. So Alice, if you recruit somebody tomorrow, their first 3 team members can order their starter kit for $75. So what we're doing is, as people come into our organization, we are getting them in their red jackets immediately. And we talked about this last week. How does that serve you? Well, when you go into DIQ, your second lines count. So now they're already recruiting people. Okay, so it really does build team upon teams. And we know that on August 1st, something is coming out. We don't know what it is, but something's coming out. Okay, so it's going to be all about reds, reds, reds. So get your red jacket done in July. We have plenty of time. Okay, we have a little over a week. We have plenty of time. Let me tell you what, the race is always won in that last stretch. I wish we worked proactively. But the race is won in that last stretch. So let's really be focusing on that and use that peek in the pink and use me and use Andrea and use Paula and use Terry and use Linda. Use us. We want you to use us. We just don't want you to abuse us. Okay. Real quick, just I don't want to keep insulting your intelligence by reminding you of all this, but Shining Stars, Star Bars, you guys, if you don't turn this in, you don't get your stars. I'm not going to chase you down. Y'all are grown women. So you know what? If y'all have the power and capacity to push a human being out of your body and make sure it stays alive for 15, 16 years, then you can turn in one form. All right? All right. That's my little soapbox for tonight. They got it bigger in my hotel room, but of course they were laying on the bed, so they couldn't go anywhere. Okay, in with 8. Okay, the whole DIQ thing where you can start with 8 personals. Okay, 8 active personals ends December 31st. It ends. That's it. New DIQ rules are coming out January 1st, and it is not going to be that simple. And it's not going to be that easy. Okay? So I just want to encourage you guys, get on this now. Take advantage of it now. In with 8. 8 active. And kind of a plan that you can kind of work on is, if you have 8 active, get 3 of them immediately in their red jacket. Now you've gone from 8 to how many? What's 8 plus 9? That's 17. You yourself get a gold medal, and then have somebody bring in a couple more people. You guys, this is the time to do DIQ in 8 weeks. This is it. And there is absolutely no reason why everybody who is staring at me right now can't go out and find 8 people to join their team, 8 people who want to make more money, 8 people who want to pay for Christmas early, 8 people who want to put their family on a great vacation for the holidays, 8 people between now and the end of July. If you knew that they were going to close sharing, close team building in Mary Kay on July 31st for the next 12 months, if you didn't recruit them, if you didn't add them to your team by July 31st, you would not have the opportunity to do team building for a whole year. Who would you go talk to right now? And if you're scared to talk to them, let me talk to them and they can join my team. I have no problem with that either. Okay, so y'all know how all that works. Y'all know how the Star Bars work. You know how the auction works. We're going to go through some of that today too. Our first auction is going to be October 7th. So you want to block out October 7th to make sure you're on Zoom that night so that you can be bidding on stuff. It's going to be hysterical. Okay, y'all are not going to be able to see each other. Okay, it's going to be very interesting. Okay, y'all are going to have your bucks and it's just going to be really fun. Okay, so if you let me go to who did it. If you are on live, you already give yourself $5. Y'all filling out your sheets? You filling them out? You got them in front of you? This should be in front of you every Monday night. Oh, Elisa, you go, girl. Okay, I tell you, I love adoptees. They're so good. Okay, so $5 for being on live. $5. These people got $5 last week for turning in their weekly accomplishments. Keely, Arlene, Christine, Jackie, Amy, Elisa, Vicki, and Joan. So they all got $5 last week. This week, Keely, Arlene, Amy, Elisa, Joan, and Christine. Elisa, am I saying it right now? Okay, I actually put in my notes, A-L-E-E-S-A. I've been practicing. It takes a while to get that wave in my brain to be permanent. Okay, all right, and yes, my accent is heavier because I've been in Texas. All right, Queen of Sales for the week, last week ending 7/14 would be Vicki, but I think Vicki played catch up, and Christine, I think you were queen last week, weren't you? So so you were queen last week, but Vicki, you can give yourself credit for being queen last week as well because you played catch up. And then our queen for the week ending yesterday is Elisa. I know. So you get an extra 10 MK bucks. That's it. Very exciting. There were some people who were super close. You guys, every dollar counts. And we're not playing catch up, okay? If you do it once a month, it better be in by the last Sunday of the month. If you're only doing it once a month, because we're not going to go into August and play catch up. All right, so we do the monthly stuff at the end of the month. Whew, my mouth already hurts. All right, Kathy is going to share now. Vicki is going to share for a couple of minutes. Who else was going to share? Who else was going to share? Oh, Christine is going to share. Okay, sorry, I didn't have you on my list. Okay, so Kathy, I'm going to let you get started. Your hat is adorable. You need to unmute yourself, sweetheart. There you go. Okay. Okay, so Kathy is going to share with us for the next 3 to 5 minutes her biggest takeaway from the seminar. All right, girlfriend, go to it.
So for me, it was very important to understand the Great Start and how to explain it to our new consultants coming in so that they're getting all of the bonuses. And of course, I'm very excited that it's become permanent and that the Red Jacket bonus is continuing and the Besties is continuing. So one of the things that Summer Thornberry was talking about and Cindy Shepa, they were talking about how to explain the money and product that a new consultant will get. And what they did was they used pink money and green money so that it was very visual. And as a previous teacher, and Cindy Shepa is a previous teacher, that to me was very, very clear. And I think when you have, I haven't been able to find yet, but I will, the full explanation. I mean, I wrote it down, but so what they were doing was explaining about the Great Start, and I don't want to confuse anybody at this point, but explaining that as your new consultant recruits, the green money, real cash, is going to be the bonuses they get, the $50 for each person that they recruit. Mm-hmm. The pink money is the bundles that they get. Now, one of the big things is to understand is that pink money becomes green money, because when they get it for free, they can sell it for 100% profit. So they have to see that visualization. And that's why when you're talking to them, once they've recruited, you want them to understand that they need to do a qualified order from the beginning and in the next 4 months just to get to the 600. So that became very clear for me. The other part that I'm very excited about is my clothes at my parties. And some of it I've taken from Joanna, and I now have my 2 roll-up bags. My 1 roll-up bag has all my sets in it that are on my placemat. My other roll-up bag has the full kit of product, and I now am doing 4 questions at the very end of my party, because I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but if you don't do something like this, you're trying to figure out what to say to these people at this individual close. By doing this, I have answers on the back of their profile card now. And I've tweaked it from some things that were in my classes from Joe, and I really am excited about it. It really sounds good, and I was flying it by some other consultants. I was at Susan Ernstrom's, and I was reading what I wrote down. I'm like, well, this is the way I'm going to do it. And they're like, would you type that up? So I felt really good about it, and I was using Joanna's words, saying, well, you could have this, and there's only like 1 requirement, and that is to have an activating party, but we'll get back to that, and that type of stuff. And then so I also, this was at Joanna's, the other night that really helped me, because where I'm living right now, when I do a vendor event, I don't have a lot of consultants around here. And I've never thought of this. And so if you have a vendor event, if you have a party you need help with, and there's somebody that might, you know, one of their answers might have been, I need to see more, ask them to come with you and tell them you're going to give them, you know, $50 of free product for helping you out at a vendor event. And to me, that was like a light bulb moment. I mean, I've never thought of that before. I mean, I thought of bringing a consultant with you, you know, a new consultant. Rena always said, put them in your back pocket, you know, take them with you. But the idea of saying, hey, can you help me out? I have a vendor event and I don't have any of my consultants available. I'll give you $50 in free product if you can help me do this. And that's just a really easy way to let them see what's going on. And so, you know, those things were my highlights. The expo was amazing. There were so many great things there that we got to see.
It's hard to describe. Kathy,
It is.
real quick, tell us what that thing is on the back. You said it's great and it works, everything, but you didn't tell us what you do on the back of the profile card.
Oh, okay, real quick, I'll do it. So, okay, I'm at the end of my party now. I've either done Mrs. Cab or PIN, you know, like Pink or whatever you're going to do for them to get tickets and so forth, about the company. Sometimes I do. You can ask 7 questions, but you have to ask 7 questions. If you ask more than that, I will stop you. But you have to ask 7 questions, or I'm not letting you leave the table. So I know you have to get home. So, you know, please ask questions. And so then I tell them, okay, so tonight you're going to take a test, but I promise you, you're going to get 100 because I'm going to give you all the answers. So you've seen these marvelous sets, and here is the starter kit that I have each of the sets in. So if money was no object, okay, wait, first, turn over your profile card. There's plenty of space in the back. On the other side after, and part of it has my referrals, right? I've already asked for referrals. So then there's a space, and there to put 1, 2, 3, 8, and 4. And so the first thing is, if money was no object, which set would you like to take home? And then, so they put down whatever. Number 2, if you had an extra $500 a month, what would you do with it? Would you take your family, you know, out to dinner? Would you save it up and go on a cruise? But you're not allowed to pay bills with it. I want to know what a dream would be to do with that money. Mm-hmm. Number 3, crud. Okay. I just went blank.
I put you
okay,
on.
Back to number 3. Number 4, you've heard about the company already. You've seen this lovely bag that is filled with all the product that comes in a starter kit, and there's only one requirement, is to have an activating party if you want to get a starter kit in that, and I will help you with that, and that's all you've got to do. But so just in case you might be thinking about that, so you're going to put either A, B, C, or D. A, this is an awesome opportunity. Yes, I want to do it. I want to spend time with you. I want to do life with you. You're the most wonderful person. I want to be with you. B, buy me a cup of coffee, one-on-one. I need some time with just you, you know, to explain things. C, I need to see more. Take me to a party. Take me to one of your events so I can see the big picture. D, definitely not. I'd rather eat dog food. I'm going to be the best customer ever. I want you to make all the profit, and I want to give you all my money.
That's awesome.
So you're just going to put A, B, C, or D. Number 3 that I forgot was, at your second appointment, what would you like to do? Do you want to be one-on-one with me and we can design a glamour look? Or do you want to hang out with some friends and earn free product? Because I always say if it's free, it's for me. But so that answer is, you're either going to put me or free, whichever you would prefer for your second appointment. So now what that gives you is some talking points. So when I go to do my clothes, I take my 2 little bags with me, and then when they hand me their card, then I can say, oh, you really like this set. What did you like about the set? What did you you can ask, you've got a jumping off point.
Right.
Too many times I think consultants try to do it without that. I used to do it. If I have something in front of me, I'm going to be much more successful. It gives you an idea what they would do with extra money, and what their needs are, what their why might be. And then, then if you get, I'll set up a second appointment, you can say, if they say that this is too much money, well, let's set up the second appointment with your friends. You already have your guest list here from the referrals you've given me. And then we can go from there. And if you could use your credit to get more stuff from the bag. And then you also will get your A, B, C, or D. So that's my new clothes.
Love it.
That's what I'm going to be using.
That's awesome, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Sure.
Can you, off the top of your head, just real quick, give us those 4 questions you ask again in the right order?
Sure. Number 1.
Okay.
If money was not an object, is that how you say it? If money wasn't an object.
If money was not an object.
Right.
Now you got me messing up.
I know. If you had all the money in the world, if you were a Mary Kay consultant and you were making a profit of 50% off, no. Anyway, yes, Deb. Debbie raised her hand. I see the top of Debbie's head. I
feel like I took a stupid pill.
If money were not an option.
If money,
no,
it's, hang on, Paula, that's
Paula.
If money were no.
See?
Uh-oh.
Okay, Christine, what is it?
If money was not, oh God, how are we all doing this tonight? I can't believe, if money were not.
Don't deal.
If money were no, if money was no object.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
It just sounds funny.
It does sound funny when you.
Obstacle. No, if money was no obstacle. It's obstacle.
That's it.
If money was no obstacle, which set would you want to take home tonight?
And I know I've said that a million times. When you take it apart, you're like.
Yep, that's like when you spell. Okay.
How do you spell and?
Okay, number 1, if money was no obstacle, which set would you take home?
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, if you had, oh no, you really should do this second. Sorry. Number 2 should be at your follow-up appointment with friends. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer a one-on-one appointment with me to go over maybe a look that you might like to try and pay full price? And then number 2, would you rather invite like 4 friends so you could get free product?
Me.
So the answer to that one is you put me or free. Okay. Because if it's free, it is for me, but that's your choices. So you only have to pick 2. Told you you're going to get 100. Number 3, if you had an extra $500 a month, what would you do with it? Not pay bills. You're not allowed to pay bills or buy ground beef. But what would you do with it? Would you take your kids on a little mini vacation? Would you go to Six Flags with your kids? Would you go buy yourself a nice outfit? What would you do with it? Okay. And none of the answers are wrong. And then number 4, you've heard about our marketing plan now, and you've asked your question. So you're going to tell me one of the 4 letters. So you're only going to put A, B, C, or D. A, this is an awesome opportunity. I want to spend time with you. I want to do life with you. I just can't wait to get started. Whatever you guys want to say. B, buy me a cup of coffee. I need some one-on-one time with you to understand the details of what happens in Mary Kay. C, I need to see more. So I would like to be your assistant or go to an event to see the big picture. D, definitely not. I would prefer to eat dog food, but I will be a very good customer and I will pay you full price so you can make all the money.
Yay. Okay. Thank you. That was awesome. You guys, snaps to Kathy. That was awesome. Really put her on the spot there. But you did great. And I love that. So I'm going to start doing that as well. Okay. So Christine, you're unmuted. What was your takeaway from the seminar? Kathy just told us what she's doing in her business, which was awesome. But what was your takeaway from seminar?
My takeaway was it was from Cindy Grass in the consultant class, and she was saying that you have to wiggle. You got to wiggle and wiggle and wiggle and wiggle every day. Like, you have to be moving something every day, whether it's you do 5 dials, whether you write a thank you note, whether you customer service, whether you share the opportunity. Like, it was basically like, she's like, basically IPAs, but she's like, just do 1 a day. She's like, and if you keep wiggling, and she's wiggling down the stage, you guys see Cindy Grass do this. So she wiggles down the stage, and she's like, eventually, what happens is you start all the way over here as an IBC and an independent beauty consultant, and the rainbow's the world. And then you wiggle, and 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 then you're a shiny national sales director on the other side. And I was like, that's so funny, but it was like, you just got to keep moving, move it every day.
Yeah.
And the way she just worded it made it like click. And I was liking what you did when we were in the room, when you broke down national quarter sales into 10 months, because that math is way easier to me. And I'm like, why did I never think to do it in 10 months? Because, we get sick, or kids get sick, or we take vacation, and usually we're out about 2 months of the year overall. And so it made sense to do it in 10. And I was like, so
awesome. And I'll expound on that just a little bit. I actually did the math. I looked at my numbers over the course of like 4 years. And even though I don't take a lot of vacations, I looked at, holidays. I looked at, mute her. I looked at, taking a week for Thanksgiving, a week for Christmas to New Year's, a week vacation, days where you have doctor's appointments, days. And I realize you can still be working your business during those times, but you basically, if you are working your business full time, you're working about 10 months. So just divide everything by 10. It's easier. All right. But keep working. Okay, very good. Okay, who else was going to talk? Debbie. Debbie, were you going to talk? No, Vicki was going to talk. I'm going to have Debbie talk next week and have Joan talk next week. Okay, Vicki, we can't see you anymore, so are you talking?
Yeah, I'll talk, but I can't get it up on the screen. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm still dealing with that new Mac.
That's okay.
But anyway,
what was your
as
takeaway?
far as my takeaway there, it was just, as I always say when I go to seminar, I come home so uplifted. And I'm ready to hopefully carry that pink bubble around with me for a little while. Matter of fact, for 52 weeks. But one thing that I really did do this time I've never done before, I really did make the commitment that I do want to go into DIQ and directorship.
I love it.
I know that I do have to have my DIQ finished. For some reason, I've got a blank screen now. I can't even see you.
Oh.
But I do have to do my directorship my DIQ by, I think, the middle of October, but I'm going to shoot for the 1st of October, and I'm going to put every bit of energy and knowledge that I have into it. I feel a lot more comfortable with it after being to seminar and listening to some of the girls that, they've been there, they've done it, the nationals. I mean, if you can't take some advice from them, you can't take advice from anybody. But just don't make it so hard. And I know I always do, because I've had a hard time grasping the sharing and getting it under my belt. It's just something I've never done. I've interviewed people all my life, but I've never shared the opportunity of something with them, and I've been uncomfortable with it. But another thing I did get out of one of the classes was share the experience. Quit talking about the work. you want them to know what we're doing, but even more important than that, share the experience that we have with Mary Kay,
Culture.
the friendship that we bring in, the respectability for everybody, the products, just all of it, just the experience. Express more about what I love about doing it rather than trying to convince them that it's something that they're going to like. They've got to make that decision themselves.
And it's the culture too, Vicki. I think you joined last year and your starter kit wasn't even open yet and you went to seminar, and you've now had a year to digest it and become part of the culture and understand it, and it's very exciting. So this was your second seminar, and I think you went in with eyes wide open this time. So that's exciting. I'm very excited about your future and what you're going to be doing, because I know you're going to do it, because you're like me. You're like, once it's said and once it's public, it's happening. So
that's what I had to put on my card, that yes, I did make the pledge to do it.
Okay.
If I make a pledge to do something, you're going to get 110% of me.
Well, we're here for you, girlfriend. And you know, every one of these directors will step in, and your adopted director in Florida, we will step in any way, shape, or form to make it happen. When you guys make that commitment and you say, this is it, I have burned the boats, I've destroyed the bridge, then it's not that we love you more or respect you more or, you know, whatever. It's like, okay, you've made that commitment. Okay, well, let's run. And as long as you're running and as long as that ball is going back and forth, you know, in the courts, I throw the ball, you throw the ball back, I throw the ball, you throw the ball back, and you're doing the activity that is required. Because you guys, I will tell you, you want to do DIQ and do it in 8 weeks, I'm telling you right now, do a Power Start Plus. Do a Power Start Plus. Do a perfect start between now and the end of July. That's 15 faces and 5 shares. And then in August, do a Power Start Plus and do it by the 20th. Don't pull it to the end of the month, because you're going to be team building along the way. Now, we are definitely running out of time tonight, and I just hate this, but I really, really appreciated Christine and Vicki and Kathy sharing. Y'all did such a great job, and we all took tons of notes. So I'm going to save my training that I was going to do tonight for next week, but here's what I want y'all to understand. I've already put it on Facebook. I've already put it on our Superstars Facebook page. So I think that if you will read it and note when it's in bold, that's what you say, and when it's in italics, that's what you do, or you're thinking, or that's what I want you to be. It's basically what I trained on in my room at seminar. I did expound on it a little bit. Some things that I did not talk about on Saturday night is, you know, basically what I call the page 2, and which is going on a little bit more. We had to stop at, okay, we just only have 5 minutes left. But if it were a full-blown 1-hour marketing share, you could do the whole thing. So I really want you guys to read that and study it. It goes basically like this. You know, Paula, thank you so much for meeting with me today. I really appreciate it. And I understand you only have 30 minutes, correct? Okay, well, we are going to keep this at 30 minutes. I've got my timer set. And then if you want to spend more time sitting with me and asking me questions, that is going to be up to you, okay? That's your choice. What am I doing with my head, ladies? Okay, and what am I doing with my eyes? I'm doing puppy dog eyes. I'm looking her in the eye. I'm nodding. I'm smiling. I'm using my hands. Present an idea. Bring it into you. Okay, and then I say, okay, so what was it that inspired you to meet with me today? And in the italics, it says, speak softly and smile at her. So, you know, Paula, what inspired you to meet with me today? Well, you were going to give me a half-price lipstick. Well, other than that, because, you know, you can afford a lipstick. What else? So you're going to have to improvise a little bit, but you can use this as a guide. And I feel like you could actually read it as you go. And Kathy was asking me Saturday night, she goes, but I want to know, what do you do? What do you do? And it's funny because on the plane yesterday, Jules goes, do they not think that that's what you do? And I'm like, because this is what I do. I ask questions. And it all goes back to the 4 Ps. It goes back to the 4 Ps. What's their passion? You know, what's their purpose? What's it? And that's basically what I'm doing here, but I'm giving you the entire conversation. So it seems lengthy, but when you're saying it, it goes really, really fast. And, you know, I give you all of the possible things that they'll say, like, you know, the reason why the thing she'd love more of in her life right now is money or flexibility or community or whatever. I've given you all of them. So it's not as long as it looks, because they'll say one or the other and then you'll move on to the next little part. Debbie, did you have a quick question? Yeah.
I just had an idea. I'm just going to throw it out there. What if you had somebody that you wanted to interview be on Zoom next week and do a real interview and offer her something for that?
I'll tell you what, I think that's a great idea in part. It is a little intimidating looking at all these faces. So how about I do this? How about I set up an interview and I'll record it on Zoom and then I'll show it.
Okay.
And I'll make sure it's with
That
someone.
would help.
Okay, I'll make sure it's with someone who is probably going to say no.
Okay.
I've got someone in mind that I'm like 99% sure she would say no, because I know her life right now. But she would have really good thoughts, good insights, and things like that. Okay, great idea. I'm going to work on that. Thank you for that homework. Okay, and I love y'all's ideas. I love it when y'all make more work for me. That's so much fun. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys go because I know on the East Coast right now it's 10 till 9. I would love to give y'all that last 10 minutes before you kind of shut down your brain and have your white time, your quiet time. We call that white time, you know, kind of a quiet time before you shut everything down, to pray or meditate or read your devotionals. But I really would love it if you guys would use, and I bet I don't have my hands on it. I just talked to Linda Mead about this today. Yeah, it's this. If y'all don't have to send this to me, you don't have to fill it out, but she was asking me, she goes, how do you track everything you're doing? And I'm telling you guys, I've been using this for almost a year now, and it's that, and I always forget what it's called, but it's on our Facebook page, it's under files, and it's the whole whatever it's called. Y'all know what it's called? Anybody? Hang on, Amy knows what it's called. What's it called?
Isn't it the IPA tracking sheet?
No, it's not that. It's called something else on Facebook. It's called like Blow It Away or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it's from another director, and it has the IPAs. It has your weekly schedule, your weekly plan sheet. It has your call sheet, all of that. Hang on, I think Christine looked it up. What is it?
It's your Knockout Weekly.
Knockout. It's called your Knockout Weekly. And the thing is, it doesn't say knockout on any of this, so I never remember what it is. But I'm going to put it right now. It's the Knockout sheets. And you guys, if you are like, I just don't know where to start, start with that. It will make you write down your schedule. It'll make you commit to it. It'll make you proactive. That's what I want from you guys. I want you to be proactive. Two things. I want you to be PA, proactive and accountable. Proactive and accountable. Every morning when I wake up on West Coast time, every morning, my boxer should be lit up with you guys saying, today my goal is, or yesterday my goal was, and I did this much, and today my goal is. It should be lit up every day. And, you know, I talked about this last week, and I talked about it at seminar, that so many people say, well, I'm going to do it 3 days a week, or I'm just going to do it Monday and Friday. No, every day. You've got to show up every day. Like Christine just said, you've got to wiggle. Think of box ring as wiggling. And something else I talked about at seminar is, if you can't make it to something, you don't have to tell me why. You don't have to say, oh, I forgot to do that because that I'm not your mom and I'm not your boss. You just say, it didn't happen, but it's getting better. It's getting better. So it's like you don't have to ever feel like, oh, she's going to be mad at me because I didn't light up her Voxer. I just want you to make a conscious decision to create a habit to contact your director every day. And Voxer is so awesome because you can get on Voxer and go, hey, I'm taking my kids to the zoo today. We're going to have a great day. You have a great day too. Bam. Done. You know, hey, I've got 5 goodie bags and I'm going to hand them out and bless somebody today, and I'll let you know how that goes. That's it. It's not, let me tell you what I'm going to do every minute of the day. But you guys, when you have a job or you have a family, you have to show up every day. Have y'all seen the commercial where the baby is in the crib and the dad or the mom opens the door to the nursery and says, I have to take the day off because I'm not feeling good? You can't do that. I want your Mary Kay business and your commitment to your Mary Kay business to be that ingrained in you every single day. And it basically under 30-second Voxer. Kathy's been doing it. It's been so great. I just love just seeing y'all stuff. Alice has done it. Diane Tajimlin, now Diane Galush has been doing it. You guys, it's so simple. Getting up, get dressed, brush your teeth, and Voxer Joanna or Voxer your director. It's that easy, okay? I'm going to leave it at that. I do want to let you guys know that I came home to about $750 in online orders that my customers placed while I was gone. So while I was at seminar, I profited over $350. That's the power of this business, okay? And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I want you guys to understand that residual business is huge in our company. Reorders is huge. And if you will commit to having 5 solid, and this is minimal, 5 solid skincare customers every month. You do your 30 faces, 5 solid skincare customers. Over the course of 1, 2, 3, 4 years, those reorders are going to make your house payments. They're gonna pay bills for you. Reorders. Basically, I push a button, I put the product in a bag or put it in a mailer, and it goes out the door. We get paid in Mary Kay for the work that we do over and over and over and over again. So do not dismiss that part of your IPAs, okay? It's very important that y'all acknowledge that and you understand that that's why you do this. You may get a no tomorrow, you may have a zero party, you may have, you know, people not buying products, but let me tell you what, keep working it. Because establishing 300, 400 customers on skincare, your reorder business, you can sit back, literally sit back, drink wine and eat bonbons and make your house payment on reorders. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, on 3, I'm going to unmute everybody. So if you got screaming kids in the background, please make sure that they are tied up in a closet somewhere and gagged so we don't hear them. Dogs can bark. I like dogs more than kids.
Hey, Joe, what's our challenge?
Your challenge of the week, hang on, let me unmute everybody. Thank you for asking me that. Okay, because you got to do your challenge of the week to earn MK bucks. The challenge of the week is I want everybody to Voxer their director every day for the next 7 days. I want y'all to drive these women crazy. Crazy. And it just needs to be 10, 15 seconds. Voxer your director every day. This is my goal today, or it can be at the end of the day. I prefer it not be that. At the end of the day where you say, this is what I did in my Mary Kay. This is how I wiggled today. I shouldn't do that without a sports bra. This is how I wiggled today, okay? All right, I'm glad the camera only hits me here. And by the way, this is my Mary Kay National Area, you know, the Go Give Area jewelry that I got for doing National Court of Sales and sharing. And it's so, isn't it elegant? Look, I like how it, yeah.
Wiggles.
It's wiggling.
Wiggle.
Okay, on 3, instead of saying bye, y'all, we're all going to go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. 1, 2, 3. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. All right, guys.